Hello YouTube, I said in my last video when I was riding at the mountain bike park that I would do a breakdown of all my gear. So here's that video. I'm going to start with my gear and then I'm going to move over to the actual bike. Okay, so the first thing is my gloves. I'm going to start with my gloves. These are just your regular Fox gloves and they are the gel padded ones. They are $30, $35, I believe. I got them literally last weekend. If you want a cheaper option, you can get the non-gel padded gloves, but I would definitely recommend Fox gloves. They are very good. They have lasted a while. And then as you can see, I'm wearing a Fly jersey. These are really nice. They're very breathable, so definitely for warmer climates. They have lots of breathability all around them, and they're just super nice. I guess this one. So the pants I'm using are Formbic, I think is how you pronounce it. They are off-brand pants. I did not want to spend $100 on pants alone. Maybe I will in the future, but if you want cheaper pants, I think these were around $50, but just for my size. You could get them for $25 if you were a bigger size than me. My size was super hard to find in like any pants. But these are super good. They fit if you're using pads, which I'll talk about later. But if you're using knee pads, they do fit underneath the pants. And they're nice, they're breathable, and there is some branding on them, which is fine with me. But yeah, Formbic is the pants I use. Now my shoes. Is this how this? No, that's not how that goes down. Okay. These are my shoes. They're Gyro Jacket, I think is what they're called, but I'm not sure. That is what they are right there. They're super good, especially with the pedals I use, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But they have this nice little design on the bottom, and that really helps hold your foot in place if you use pedals with pins on them, which I will talk about when we start talking about the bike. I highly recommend them. They're around $50, which is a lot cheaper than a lot of other shoe options. If I were buying a shoe again, I'd probably look at Specialized, because Specialized has a lot of shoes that are on sale right now for around $50. So that is something to keep in mind. Okay, now obviously when you buy a bike, hold up, this is way too short now. Okay, obviously when you buy a bike, the first thing you're gonna want is a helmet. The helmet I started with, my half face helmet, is a Fox helmet. I don't know the exact name, but it's a Fox helmet. It's very common and very popular, so I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. But it's just an average half face. It has an adjustable little size thing at the back, so that's super nice. It does have MIPS, which is something you'd want if you're mountain biking. It kind of shifts the helmet when you crash, so it better protects your brain. Now, I actually don't use my half face a lot. I usually use the other helmet I have, my full face, and my mom usually uses the half face. And because the half face is a little bit too big right now, so the full face I use is a Troy Lee Designs helmet. I really gotta figure out the names of these. It's that, whatever that is this helmet I have. It is a more expensive helmet, but I got it like 50% off, and so that was nice. It is very nice. It looks cool. It's the midnight color. It's new. It has MIPS, as you can see, with all the yellow padding. It also has double walled foam something. I should have studied before this, but so yeah, it's super nice, and it comes with these when you purchase it, which is probably a common thing with more expensive full face helmets, but it's just padding that you can use to get it the right fit. When it came, it actually was a little bit too big of padding, so I put in some smaller pads, and it fits perfect. Oh yeah, and it also has magnetic clip strap things, which are nice, like when you have gloves on. And then it's clipped in. So yeah, it's very breathable. I would definitely recommend it. I would recommend it if you can get it on sale. I'm sure there's cheaper options with MIPS, but this is just the one I went with. It's nice because your ears also have holes in the side of it, and super breathable, super lightweight. Okay, so I don't use these all the time, but I do have padding. Elbow pads, no, that's knee pads. Elbow pads and knee pads. These are the Fox D30s. They're very good. They're very comfortable. They're nice to wear underneath clothing, and these pants work for them, and obviously this shirt works for them. I only wear them if I'm like biking a new place or biking harder trails. But if you want padding, I would recommend these. They fit really well. They're good. And you can wear them underneath your clothing, which I like. Now the final thing before we get to the bike, I use ProLink chain lube for my lube. You can use Walmart lube. I just ordered this in addition with some other stuff. And I have suspension and dropper lube. This is Joe's No Flats. It's just what I found on Amazon, but I did notice a big difference when I used it on the suspension forks. I don't have a dropper post, but I did use it on the suspension forks, and it made a huge difference. It was much softer and nice. So I recommend that. Okay, this is my bike. I ordered it at the beginning of this year, and I have ridden it a lot. It's a Specialized Rockhopper 2024. Now, there is a 2025 now. Hold up. Okay. This bike is actually the 2025. This is my mom's bike. It's green, and it's stock. There's nothing done to it. But it's really just that good. You don't really have to do anything to them for them to be good bikes. This is the 2025 model, as I said. The only thing I can really notice, like a huge difference, they have different tires. Fast Track Control T5 tires, and mine has the Fast Track Sport tires. Now, onto my bike and what I've done to it. So, I have done a few things to my bike. Not a whole lot, but a couple things. You can notice, like just in this frame, I have a mudguard on my bike. It's a Fox mudguard, and it's nice. You don't really need a mudguard, but they're super cheap, and it looks cool. I also have this. It's a water bottle holder, and it's by Pro Bike Tool, which is definitely an official company. I got it off Amazon. It's a metal cage, and it's super nice. I know my friend has one of the more expensive magnet cages, and he says those are good. They're like $60 though, and I paid $10 for this. So, you know, and I do have a water bottle too. I didn't think to get out here to show you, but it's just a Camelback Podium water bottle. It works really well with this cage, and I use it whenever I go biking. Probably if you are thinking about upgrading your bike, one of the first things I would do would be get these. These are Chester race face pedals, and they have little pins in them. And like I said a while ago, the bottom of these shoes that I'm wearing work really good with the pins because they kind of slot into the pedals, and your feet aren't going to move a whole lot. And they did a collab with these pedals and these shoes, which you can see on Instagram somewhere. I can't remember exactly where that is, but they are made together. I also have a race face chain stray guard. My bike did not come with a chain stray guard, but my mom's bike did. I think that's pretty much all I've done. The price point for this bike is also amazing for a beginner mountain bike, and not just a beginner mountain bike. Like, this is a really good mountain bike in general. I don't even like putting it in the beginner spot because the price point for this is around $800, which that's including tax. So it's pretty low for bikes. It is a hardtail. So these types of bikes are a little bit cheaper than full suspension bikes, but super good price. These pedals were, I want to say $30. The cage for the bottle was $10, and then the fender was $14. So none of my upgrades are super expensive, and I don't think you have to spend a whole bunch of money to make this bike super good. If you're wanting to get a mountain bike to start mountain biking, I would definitely recommend the Specialized rock hopper. It is the best bike I think I could have bought for beginner mountain biking. Stay tuned because eventually I will be able to go back to the mountain biking park that I go to. I haven't been able to go in a while because 1, I haven't been home much, and 2, it's been raining a lot. Like you can see in the background, it's supposed to rain. Literally, it's raining right now. Okay, I'm not joking. It's actually raining right now. You can't even see it, but it is. So I'll try to get that video up, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It lets me know you like these types of videos, and it helps me to keep creating them. I am starting to make YouTube videos again because it is finally closer to the end of the school year, and I'm trying to get better about making videos and making content because that's really what I enjoy doing. I just haven't had much time to do it. Thank you, and goodbye.